Hey guys, and welcome back to another Warframe video. This is a special one for me, and it's really marking the end of the last kind of half year of me coming back to Warframe, and I really want to thank you guys for all the support you've shown for the channel up to this point. We are going to be continuing with the regular video schedule into, this year. And yeah, hopefully the support continues, and yeah, I am really thankful for you guys, leaving comments, liking, subscribing, getting the channel to where it is now. It's really been kind of motivating me to move forward, and I've been really enjoying particularly the Warframe Done Efficiently playthrough. So for everyone who's been following along with that playthrough, thank you so much for that. I've been having a lot of fun with it, so that will be continuing. But to show my thanks in a bit more material way, we are going to be doing a giveaway. And that is going to be for 1,000 platinum. So if you do want the chance to get your hands on 1,000 platinum as part of the giveaway, then make sure to leave a comment down below just saying that you are, intending to take part in the giveaway. Make sure you leave a like, and also make sure you are subscribed to the channel, and at that point you will automatically be put into the draw. And then the following week, so next Friday 13th, we will go ahead and announce the winner, and then I'll invite you into a trading game and hand you over that 1,000 platinum. So yeah, once again, thank you guys so much for that. And hopefully whoever gets that 1,000 platinum puts it to good use, either through Fashion Frame, perhaps if you're a later game player, or you can buy yourself some slots or whatever if you're a more early game player. But yeah, that's just to say thank you guys for all the support, and hopefully that continues into the new year. Another announcement, I have now got to the point in my Warframe Done Efficiently playthrough where our clan has reached, or I've managed to solo research everything in the clan bar colours, and I'm not too fussed about, the colours, to be honest. So I am now at a point where I am ready to open this up for anyone who wants to join. It's going to be a very relaxed clan, more kind of just to create a community rather than a competitive clan. Perhaps, in the future at some point we'll start taking part in events if it comes to that. But for now, it is just going to be a very community-based clan where people can share ideas, just have fun with the game, make squads easily. That's the idea. So before we go on the big recruiting hike, I just want to get an idea of numbers. I did mention this in Tuesday's episode of Warframe Done Efficiently, but if you are interested in joining the clan, make sure to leave that in a comment as well down below, because I am going to need to up numbers with various barracks and whatever, depending on how many people want to join. So, like I said, if you are interested in joining, leave a comment down below, and then we'll sort out getting you into the clan. You'll probably have to message me in-game. I'm not going to leave like a dedicated message drop for people who want to join. You'll just have to catch me in-game for the time being until we sort something out. My in-game name on this account, which is what I'll be on, is Efficiency is Key. I'll probably be online most days, anywhere between 6 and 10 o'clock in the evening. That's GMT time. I'm not saying I'll be online every day between those times, but that's the most likely time you're going to be able to catch me, is between 6 and 10 o'clock in the evening, GMT. So feel free to drop me a message if you are interested in joining, and I will go ahead and sign you up. The way we're going to do it, I've already set out some ranks. When you first join, obviously you'll be put at the bottom of the list. It doesn't matter how much experience you have in the game, you're just going to start there. The more you engage with the clan, the more you help other players, you'll start moving up ranks. That's just how it's going to work, until obviously I've maybe made a rapport with you, at which point we'll go ahead and give you some more roles and duties. So that's the way it's going to work. If you are interested in maybe a bit of dojo architecture, and perhaps you have some work that you can show and you can demonstrate, and you have good architectural skills with Warframe dojos, then feel free to open a conversation with me. I'll be more than happy to have a chat. If you would like to go ahead and start building around, bear in mind you're not going to have access to loads of resources from a clan vault perspective, since it's just, we're just starting out. But that is a position that I would consider someone taking on at some point. We've also got a Discord server. It's a very, very simple Discord server with just a few voice channels and a general chat right now. But it is going to be there, and there is a link for that in the clan description. So again, once you've joined, if you do fancy joining the Discord server, then that is available to you. But that's kind of the only announcements I've got for now, guys. If you, like I said, want to take part in the giveaway, make sure to drop a comment below, leave a like, subscribe. If you want to join the clan, also make sure to leave a comment below and drop me a message in game anywhere between 6 and 10 PM GMT most days, but not all the time. So yeah, once again, thank you guys very much. Let's get into the video now. Alright guys, so in today's video we are going to be looking at farming steel essence. Oh yes, so a couple of years ago I released a video on farming steel essence, which involved the tactic of solo in survival. You'd go ahead, you'd let loads of steel essence drops build up on the floor after killing acolytes, and then as soon as you get a Kavat booster, you know, from your Smeety Kavat, you get double resources, whatever, you go ahead and just pick up all the drops in one go. But unfortunately, since then, the developers have introduced a measure which means that steel essence will despawn after being on the floor for 5 minutes. So we can't do that anymore. So today we're going to look at the way that I farm steel essence now, if I ever want to do a committed steel essence farm. And I just want to put a disclaimer up front that this does involve opening relics. It is that tactic where you open relics, and it also involves you needing to stay in game for a long time. Now this is just how I like to farm steel essence. If you're offended by this method, then you know, take it elsewhere. But this is the way I've been doing it, and the way I did it in my Warframe Done Efficiently playthrough. And you need to have a good 2 to even 3 hours committed to farm this in one session. So yeah, today we're going to take a look at the build, how you do it, why it works, and what kind of rates you can expect from it. But obviously there are other elements in farming steel essence. You know, do the daily incursions. They're also very good for getting steel essence. Make sure to have a Smeety Kavat. Make sure to have a resource booster. You don't need a resource drop chance booster, but a resource booster will affect it. So, you know, have all of that stuff on. If it's a double resource weekend, then God, make the most of it. But, you know, other than that, there's not many ways you can boost this anymore, other than what we're about to look at. So, we're going to run through it. This is using my standard Korra Steel Path farming build. And if you didn't see my video last week, we did run through it there, but we'll quickly have a look at it now. So, Zero Former Korra. The arcanes here are just personal preference and generally just for quality of life. You don't need them. But Fury just applies a bit more extra weapon damage. We're also running Accumulating Whipclaw for extra damage on our first ability. Pilfering Strangledome for additional loot. You know, if you're going to be in a survival mission for God knows how long, you might as well be farming other resources while you're in there. Rolling Guard we're using to roll in and out of our Strangledome to replace it and making sure that we don't die while we're doing it. And then I've also got Master's Summon on my third so that I can just resummon my Kavat whenever I want. This is an ability that's unique to the helmet, so you don't get it off another frame. You can just put it on from the helmet. I can't remember what level it comes in at, but that's how you get that ability. You can put something else there if you want, and you're happy, you know, picking up your Kavat whenever it goes down. But as you go forward in Steel Path, or in a Steel Path survival mission, your Kavat's going to become more likely to get down, and I don't want to waste time picking them up when I could just be continually thwacking them with my whip. So yeah, that's why I've got that on. Personal preference though. And then for my melee weapon, again, you can probably use a better stat stick than I've got, and I could put another former on this so that I can max out Sacrificial Pressure and also put on Prime Fever Strike, but this build does the job just fine, so I'm going to leave it as is for now until I really need to change it. My Riven here is only giving me an extra 98.4% melee damage, 52% cold, and 106% crit chance. It doesn't even have a negative on it. And if you get something like the Jaw Sword or the Amphis or, you know, anything else with a 5-dot Riven disposition that you can get a Riven for, you can really, really, really boost your damage output on Korra. So bear that in mind. I'm just using this because it's my Exodia Contagion Zor that I built ages ago in my playthrough, and this is what I've kind of stuck with. And then for our focus tree, we're running Naraman for Power Spike. This is going to give us, or while we're, you know, out of combat, our combo count is only going to decay by 5 every few seconds, which, you know, is much better than just losing the entire stack and having to reset, if that ever does happen. So that's the reason we're running that. And then the only other thing that's worth having a look at right here is going to be our operator. I am running Magus Anomaly. This is beneficial for any survival missions that aren't infested. If a unit from either Corpus or Grineer or Corrupted gets stuck in your Strangledome, then their allies will try and shoot and kill them rather than continue to move forward and move into your Strangledome. So all this does, you know, if your rates start to get a bit low, you can then go in and out of operator and just pull them in a bit just to get the ball rolling, rather than wait for whoever's in your Strangledome to die and then more enemies come through after that. So that's the reason I'm running that, and I just thought I'd point that out now. I will quickly actually just show my Kavat. So, nice to meet you. Link health and link armor, just for full tankiness here. Tech assault, 60% chance to ignore lethal damage and be immune for 4 seconds. That's just generally a very good mod, and I would recommend it if you don't want your Kavat to die all the time. Synth fiber, again, more armor for our companion. And then the 2 most important mods, charm and tech enhance, to increase the duration of that double resource booster that the Kavat can provide, as well as fetch for picking up all of our resources. So yeah, that's our Kavat. So let's take a look now at the strategy. We don't need any gear in this at all. So let's go ahead and just run up here. So the idea behind this is that you're going to be doing a long-term survival Steel Path mission. Now, if you do this in a squad, you can open, 4 relics at a time, but I'm going to be doing this solo. So what I would recommend doing is, if you happen to come across when you're looking at, so be on Steel Path, come over to the Void Fissures. If you see a node here, and you can see we've actually got 2. We've got an Axie Survival and a Neo Survival. Now, I have loads and loads of Neo relics that I'm just not going to open. So I'm going to be inclined to do this one over this one. And I'm just going to open junk Neo relics up until I have a plus 100% resource booster on this tile set. So for those of you who are kind of unaware, or maybe haven't thought of this strategy, essentially, when you're in a survival mission, you go for a long time. Every 5 minutes or every rotation, you get an additional 25% affinity booster on first rotation, then 25% credits, then 25% resource, and then 25% resource drop chance. And then on the 5th rotation, you get an extra relic. So essentially, this strategy revolves around getting up to 90 minutes, or actually, is it 90 minutes? Yeah, 90 minutes. At which point you will have essentially a constant double resource booster. So rather than the Acolyte dropping 4 Steel Essence, considering, we have 1 resource booster on already, it will then drop 8. So if we get 1 Kavat booster at that point, it then drops 16. And then the longer you can go after that, the better it is, right? You're improving your efficiency all the time the longer you take it after that. Your resource booster won't go above 100%, but you'll negate that first 90 minutes where it would have been under 100% the longer you can go on for. So that's why you need to have a decent amount of time allocated to farming this. Now, what you also get is an extra plus 1 Steel Essence from opening relics. So the more junk relics you have, the better. You can take it to 90 minutes and then stop opening relics, but just bear in mind that you would then get 1 Steel Essence less every 5 minutes, essentially, if you stopped opening relics. And that gets added onto your tally at the end of the mission, so bear that in mind. So I think what we'll do, I just want to demonstrate this. I don't actually have enough time to take this very far at the moment, but we'll take this up to maybe the hour mark, where we'll have, at least a 50% extra drop chance. And then we'll kind of show what happens when we kill an Acolyte and the drops we get, and then we'll come out of the mission and we'll see, how much we're getting. But I would recommend taking this up to at least 120 minutes, so 2 hours. If you are going to actively farm Steel Essence, this is the way to do it, because at that point, you are going to have at least 2 Steel Essence per minute, in theory, especially once you've extracted and got however many Steel Essence from relics. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead, guys. I'm going to start this mission, and we're going to take it to a point, and then I'll cut you guys back in when we're taking out an Acolyte, and you guys will see, kind of drop rates and things like that. So I'll see you in a bit. Alright guys, so we've got an Acolyte spawning in with a double resource booster. We've only got 1 25%er at the moment, so this should give us 10 rather than 8. There we go, 10 Steel Essence. So as you can see, that 25% booster right there came in handy on that double, well not the double, but on the single Kavat booster. So that was an extra 2 Steel Essence over what we would have usually got if we were just on, normal Steel Path survival, and we got a Kavat booster. But we're going to keep going for a bit. We're only at 29 minutes, so we'll carry on up to either the 50% extra resource mark or the 75% potentially. We'll see how it goes. I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright guys, so we've hit the 40-minute mark and Acolyte is actually just spawning now. As you can see, we're up to 50% on the resource booster, so now when we kill this Acolyte, we should get 6. Oh, got ourselves a trade here. Might have to turn that down depending on what it is. But let's go ahead quickly and just take this Acolyte out. And we should get 6 now from this one. Yeah, there we go, 6 steel essence. So if we had a Kavat resource booster, we'd get 12 from that. Which is now 4 more than you would usually get from a resource boosted drop. But I'm going to carry on, guys. I'm going to go for as long as I possibly can. And then I'll cut you guys back in when we're at an interesting spot. So I'll see you guys in a sec. Alright guys, so we got another Acolyte spawning on a double resource booster, so this time we should get 12. I'm just going to make sure I don't die here. Yep, there you go, 12 steel essence, so that's 3 times what we would normally get if we were on just normal survival. So yeah, once again, I'm just going to keep going guys, and we'll see where we get to at the end of this mission. Alright guys, so that is now done. So we got to 101 minutes there, minute in and out as well, so it was about 100 minutes. I took a 15-minute break in the middle as well to get a drink, but obviously you don't have to do that. And that rate would have gone up if I'd stayed in longer, you know, 100 minutes. I was only in for 2 Acolytes on the full double, so I got 8 steel essence you saw there at the end without a Kavat booster. So if I stayed in longer, then we would have got more than that. And you can quite comfortably get up to 2 per minute if you do stay in longer. Or if you get more lucky than me with Kavat boosters, bear in mind that in that whole run, for that whole 1 hour and 40, I managed to get 3 Kavat buffs. That is really low, really. Obviously, you know, you can get worse or better than that. I usually get a lot better than that, to be honest. At 100 minutes, usually I am already at 2 per minute. With Kavat buffs, so that one is generally quite low. So bear that in mind when you are running this. Ooh, very nice. That's how late it is now, by the way. It's changed day in the UK. It's now like early morning. It's about 12:30. But yeah, that's the method that I like to use. Again, like I said, it's not for everyone. It does take a while, but it does ramp up over time. And I found it very good for just also farming resources as well. If we take a look, you know, you also get loads of prime stuff as well that you can trade in. We get loads of mods. Let's see, 1,246 void traces. I basically replaced my void traces, 148 argon crystals. Those will obviously decay. Nearly 500,000 ferrite, decent amount of rubido, loads of control modules. So you get a lot of stuff alongside this. So that's worth noting. But I'm going to have to leave the video there, guys, because I'm knackered. And if you did enjoy, go ahead, please leave a like and subscribe. If you have any of your own tactics that you like to use to farm steel essence, go ahead and throw those down in the comments. I would love to read them and see how you guys farm up your steel essence. But that is it from me, guys. I will catch you in the next one. See you later.